रिकॉर्डिंग स्टार्ट कर लो। इसमें जाइए मोड में, मोड मोड देन ये ओके ठीक है।
A very good afternoon, participants. I, Pankaj Kumar Misra, welcome you all participants in our training of CBSE organized by Oriental Public School. As you know that we all are here gathered in the inter-house training. And today I am going to take a session as a resource person. As you can see on the screen, your topic is understanding multiple intelligence. As you know, this is very important topic that we all teachers know about, and it is very helpful in the classroom to manage the students, because this theory is very important as it is suggested by Howard Gardner. So first of all, we should know about something about Howard Gardner. Howard Gardner was an American cognitive psychologist. He has given the theory multiple intelligence. According to Howard Gardner, students have different types of intelligence, and he also suggested that students learn differently and they have different types of capacities to learn. So we teachers also try to use different methodology in the classroom which can be beneficial for the students. In this session, we are going to learn how to understand the emotions of the students in a classroom. Until unless you are not attached with the emotions of students, means you cannot make your class effective. I mean to say, you cannot bring the attention of the students in your class. So to attach their attention in the class, you must know different types of techniques that as a teacher you should use in the classroom, that we are going to know today. As you know, students have different mental abilities, and in this topic it is also talk about the mental abilities, and different students have different types of mental abilities, and we cannot treat all the students in the same way. Maybe some student very intelligent, some may be average, below average, and we will have to treat them accordingly that. So let's begin this session. According to Howard Gardner, there are 8 types of intelligence. Let us start this. What is intelligence? Intelligence is the ability to create an effective product or offer a service that is valued in a culture. Means intelligence is the innate ability, means that learners acquired something from heredity and something from environment. So both are the dominant factor which give them intelligence. But heredity means whatever they are acquiring from their parents, but the most important thing they are means gaining from the environment. and that is the classroom. Environment is also means classroom is also one of the example of environment. So if we are not able to provide the students a creative environment, a print rich environment, or an attractive environment, means they will not enjoy it. Means teaching should be in the progress with the enjoyment, and it can be only happen if you are able to understand the means emotions of the students. So what does this ability bring among the students? A state of skill that makes it possible for a person to solve problems in life. If they are not having the skills, means how can they do so? The potential for finding or creating solutions for problem which involves gathering new knowledge, means they are here for gathering new knowledge. So being a teacher, a facilitator, we must means understand the emotions of students and try to provide them that types of environment. So this is the personality about whom just now I have told you, Howard Gardner, and this very person has given the topic multiple intelligence. And he was very much inspired with Jean Piaget, who was a Swiss psychologist. He has given the cognitive development theory. Means he also said children are little scientists, and we teachers also should know that teacher means students are little scientists and they have ability to explore different types of things. But if we are able to means provoke them, provide them the environment, or if we are able to be a good facilitator, means they have innate ability to do something extraordinary or different from each and every one. So Howard Gardner also told that children have different types of slides in their brain, and these slides are different from each and every one. Means they have innate ability to acquire everything differently. So in the classroom we cannot treat and desire from each and every student in the same way. Means we will have to understand, means each and every student will learn in a different way. So we should try to provide them that types of environment only, then the students will enjoy the learning. Let's move to the next slide, and this is the objective of the topic that we are going to means learn here, and we will apply this one in our classroom to make our learning and teaching very effective. The objective: Howard Gardner's theory of intelligence, literature review, multiple intelligence theory, and second language learning. Integration of multiple intelligences theory in ESL classes, English as second language classes. That is the full form of ESL. Issues and recommendation, conclusion. So these are the few points that we are going to learn in this session, and I hope this will be very helpful for we teachers. And if we apply the key points suggested by Howard Gardner, it will be very effective to manage our classroom. Now, three important objectives that is discussed here: importance of multiple intelligence in second language learning. So multiple intelligence means there are different types of intelligences. According to Howard Gardner, there are 8 types of intelligence that we will discuss here, and we will also understand the importance of this. Next one is learners have individual differences. Means we cannot think that each and every child will learn in the same pace or same manner, because they are not interested. All the students are not interested in the same activity. Different students have different types of interest, and we will have to give respect to their interest. If you are not going so, means they will not be connected with you. You might have faced these types of problem in the classroom. Suppose that a teacher is teaching in the classroom, but the students are not being connected or interested. Why? Because whatever is going on in the classroom, they are not interested with that, because they are not emotionally connected with that, because that very student is not interested in that. Why? Because they are not interesting in that, and we are forcefully trying to manage him to acquire or adjust in that environment. So giving this environment is very important, and you will have to know the interest of that. So we can say learners have individual differences and learning style, and we will have to respect their interest. Next, different approaches for varied intelligences and learning processes. Means intelligences are of different type, and their process are also varied, and we will have to also apply the different types of intelligences. Suppose that Howard Gardner theory of multiple intelligence. No one approach to measure intelligence. Learners possess different intelligence. Means no one approach to measure intelligence. Only by one approach we cannot measure the intelligence of the students. We will have to utilize multi-dimensional approaches to understand the intelligence of the student, because there is not only one kind of or linear, I mean to say linear intelligence. They are having different types of intelligence. So learners possess different intelligences. Means being a facilitator, you will have to also utilize different types of intelligences in the class, and the students, they are also having different types of intelligences. And what here, being a facilitator, we will have to understand what means interest they are interested, and we should try to manage accordingly that. Now, applying varied approaches in interest, information, and solve problems means you will have to connect it with that students. You will have to give them lot of problem solving, and so that their interest can match. Suppose that just now I have said some students are very high, means skill or intelligent person, and some have average, some have below average. If you don't meet the requirement of the students, they will not be connected. So you will have to utilize multi-dimensional approaches in the classroom. The approaches should be student centered. Always whatever you are going to teach in the class, that should be centered to the student, not to the teachers. Your entire curriculum, either it is scholastic curriculum or co-scholastic
Hello.
curriculum, that should be centered to
अरे
the
আবার হাসতে হাসতে কাশি পেয়ে গেল শালা
okay. So it is very important for them.
হ্যাঁ ঠিক আছে
Means always if your everything, the students taught by multiple intelligence approaches, so positive attitude. As you know, different types of students have different intelligences, so you will have to apply also different ways of teaching in the classroom that can be very interactive and helpful for you. One proverb that is given by Howard Gardner, which we must know: anything that is worth teaching can be presented in many different ways. These multiple ways can make use of our multiple intelligences, and this thought is given by Howard Gardner. Means he suggested that students have different types of interest. If they are not getting connected with the things as they are interested, they will lose their patience and they will be despairs of. That is why it is very important to connect with them the things they are interested. Now the very important point of this topic that we are going to discuss now, and you must pay your attention here: literature review. Howard Gardner's theory of multiple intelligence. According to Howard Gardner, there are 8 types of intelligence heard in the students, which we must know. First of all, linguistic intelligence. First one is. Second one is bodily kinesthetic intelligence. Next, interpersonal intelligence. logical reasoning intelligence, musical intelligence, spatial intelligence, naturalistic intelligence, and intrapersonal intelligence. So how this intelligence influence your classroom if you are not connected with the emotions of students? Suppose that. And this can be applied to any person, either adult or students, but here we will take this topic especially for the students. So listen, linguistic intelligence. The linguistic intelligence means skills involved in the production and use of language. And those students who are linguistic intelligence, they will be very means expert or interested in the activities related to language while speaking or writing. If you are providing the environment related to means speaking or writing, they will be very much connected in the classroom. But if you give them logical work, dancing, kinesthetic means some other activities which are beyond of this, means they will be disconnected. They will not show their interest in this activity. So here, what is the important role of a teacher? You will have to respect the interest of the student, and we will try to use multiple dimensional approaches in the classroom. Means you cannot use the linear one only. If you are applying linear one, means treating all the students in the same way, they will be not connected with your class. Next one is bodily kinesthetic. Bodily kinesthetic means using whole or portion of the body, flexible and creativity. They will enjoy the work related to hard work, like physical work, like running, athletic work, gymnastic work. These types of work they will means interest. They will show their interest, and if we don't meet their expectation or requirements, they will not be connected with the activity. So it is very important to respect the interest of the students. So bodily kinesthetic is the second means stage of the intelligence or types of the intelligence suggested by Howard Gardner. Using one's body in highly differentiated and skilled way, and they are very much interested and fascinated with the activities related to this one. Just now I have said this comprise the activities of athletic, and the next one is intrapersonal. Intrapersonal, and this is also one of the type of means intelligence suggested by Howard Gardner. So awareness of one's own feeling, motives and desire. Those students or person having intrapersonal intelligence, they will be only connected with their own feelings. They will always try to show, not to understand the others. And these types of students you might find or you will find in the classroom. So you must be aware and known with the abilities or characters that these types of students have. Communicating and reading people means they will be very expert in communicating with the others, means talkative types, and reading people. So this is the third types of intelligence that we find in a environment or classroom or anywhere. And the next one is logical reasoning. This is also the fourth type of intelligence suggested by Howard Gardner. So this logical reasoning means the students who are logically very intelligent, they will means respect or accept the challenges related to this. Suppose that means you are teaching mathematics in the class, and those students who are highly interested in this, and this type of activity, they will be very much that deductive reasoning and didactic patterns and logical thinking. And there is also different methods of teaching that we should utilize in classroom. One is deductive reasoning and one is deductive method, and another one is inductive method. We should always utilize inductive method in the class. Inductive method is what? Example to rules. We should give, while teaching any topic in the classroom, first of all, we should give different types of example to the student so that they can easily track or understand the topic. Directly we should not reach to the formulas, example to rules, and example to rules is applied in the classroom means students will be effective and they will also learn. Suppose that you are teaching the sums in the class, junior classes, 4 plus 2 plus 3 equals to whatever. So means if you give them different types of examples, suppose that you are putting different types of balls in front of the students and give them to count and then add one, they will definitely understand. But directly rules, this is not. And while deductive, inductive method is very positive. There are positive and negative methods. Inductive we can count in the positive, but deductive sometimes it is required. And deductive is highly beneficial in the higher classes because its principle is rules to example. Some types of topic we also find in the classroom where we'll have to apply rules and then example. But most of the times we should utilize example to rules. That's why deductive reasonings they are having and inductive reasoning also having students. But here it is important to understand and respect their interest according to. Now the next, I mean to say the fifth intelligence suggested by Howard Gardner is musical intelligence. And those who are musical intelligence, sensitivity to musical rhythms and patterns, they will be very much connected with the activities associated with this intelligence, like capacity to recognize, create, reproduce, and effective on music. And the next sixth one is spatial reasoning. And what is this spatial reasoning? And those who are spatial reasoning is skills in forming visual images and patterns. And by seeing, they can recognize different types of things. So you will also find these types of students in the classroom. So here it is important to respect their interest. Those students who are interested in what types of activities, you should give them accordingly work. And the next one is naturalistic intelligence. What is this one? Naturalistic intelligence means they are very much sensitivity to the features of the natural world. Means natural world means the environment that you are interacted with in the surrounding. And the next one is intrapersonal. Intrapersonal means uh, before that we have understood about the interpersonal. Interpersonal means they are very much effective in communicating and reading people, and they will like psychologists. Psychologists means if you go in front of them, they will understand what you are thinking because they are having that types of capability.
म्यूट
So
कीजिए मतलब
next one is intrapersonal. Intrapersonal
पूरा
means
म्यूट
understanding
कीजिए अल्ताफ
yourself,
से
what you feel and what you want. Means they will also always center to their own thought, not to others. So these are the 8 types of intelligences suggested by Howard Gardner, and we will have to understand the importance of it and utilize this one in our classroom. Now, multiple intelligence theory and second language learning. Let's move to the next point. Here, just above we have discussed about linguistic intelligence. And I have told about a person able to use language effectively, both oral and written. So these types of person is having linguistic intelligence. And if you are not meeting their expectation accordingly, they will not be connected with you. And same thing is applied in our classroom. And this to attract their interest, we will have to give the activities related like storytelling. They will be very much interested in storytelling, writing a short poem, debates, group discussion, gap filling, and conducting interviews and games. They will be interested in these types of activity. If you give them these types of work in the classroom, I hope they will be connected very much. Suppose that you have taught any topic in the classroom related to grammar, and if you are giving them gap filling or arrangement work, they will be very interested in that one. So linguistic intelligence is also found in the students, among the students, and we will have to treat them accordingly that, because we cannot treat or we cannot teach all the students in the same way. And here we will have to change our method. Suppose that I have entered in the class and taught a topic, but some of the students are able to understand and most of the students are not able to understand. Why? Because they are not emotionally connected with the class. If they are not emotionally connected with the class, they will not understand. So you will have to understand their emotions and try to attract their emotion and give the respect to their emotions. They will be connected. And if they are once connected, your class, and definitely your class will be effective. So what is the role of here the teacher? To understand the emotions of students. That one of them is linguistic intelligence. Here you will have to find out the students who are respecting or having linguistic intelligence and treat them accordingly. Now next is visual or spatial intelligence. Ability to imagine and form pictures and transform them into visual ideas and expressions. What is the suggested activity for these types of intelligence having people? Describing picture. If you give any picture to in front of them, easily they can describe. Suppose that on screen you can see a picture, one lady is sitting in front of 3 children. Means if you show these types of picture in the class, and those students who are visual special intelligence, they will understand this and describe very easily. But those students who are not interested in these types of intelligence or activities, they will not take interest and show their interest in the class. I mean to say, they will not answer accordingly. So it is very important to identify these types of students also and give activities related to their work. Next is logical mathematical intelligence, and this intelligence is good at using number, solving problems, enjoying facing new challenges in life. Suppose that those students who are very much affected or interested in mathematics class, means that logical brain is very active. According to Piaget, there are two sectors in the brain, left and right. And those students who are logically intelligent means their left brain is very much active. And the activities suggested for these types of intelligence is concept mapping, flow chart, sequencing events in chronological order, word orders, activities, pattern games, and jigsaw puzzles. The concept mapping, you might have heard about this. While you are dealing with any topic or anything else, first of all, concept is prepared in the mind. Suppose that we are going to have a discussion in the class. Before going to start the discussions, we will have to make a mindset. Means what I am going to tell about or talk about. This is concept mapping. Until unless concept is not prepared in the mind, means you cannot deliver this one accordingly. So concept mapping, and concept mapping is very sharp in the among the students who are logical mathematical intelligence. Flow chart, if you give these types of student flow chart, they will definitely describe it and all the things that is shown here. Next, sequencing event in the chronological order. Suppose that you have taught a topic in the history about dynasty. Suppose that Mughal dynasty, and Mughal dynasty is comprising different rulers, and they have done rule the same dynasty in different period. Suppose that 10 year you have given the students. So those students who are logical mathematical intelligence, they will be very much interested in arranging. In mathematics class, suppose you have taught number system 1 to 100 numbers, and directly you have learned the students and write them in the copy, but in the missing word you give them missing word. Suppose that 1 2 3 4 5, after that you miss them. If these types of work is given to the students, they will be very interested. Why? They are having logical mathematical intelligence. Puzzle solving work can be also given to those students who are logical mathematical intelligence. Means according to the different students have different types of intelligence. If their intelligence is not respected, they will not be connected to the class. According to IQ was given by William Strunk. According to this, IQ can be found by mental age by chronological age into 100. Mental age is the ability. Mental age is the ability to think. Means at what age, what is the intelligence of that student? Accordingly, that you can put mental age. And chronological age is the real age. And multiply by 100, you can identify the IQ. So IQ are of different type. One is genus, means their IQ will be 140 and above, and the below of that is very superior, and their IQ level is 130 to 139, and below that one is superior, and superior is having 120 to 129. Above average students have IQ level of 90 to 109, and below average is 70 to 79. So here you can see the IQ level of each and every student. So if you do not respect their interest, they will not connect it to your class. The next one is musical intelligence. Here you can see those who are having musical intelligence, sensitivity to music, rhythms and tones. So they will be interested in playing songs, musical close activities, singing a song, a rap, making participations using sounds or music and tone twisters. So these types of activity they will be interested in. Now, next one is bodily kinesthetic intelligence. Using part of their entire body in solving a problem, performing a task. Suppose that playing and attending a field trip. You means suppose that you are playing a co-scholastic activity. So while playing a co-scholastic activity, you will take the students to playground for different types of game activity like football, cricket. So here their body is totally, I mean to say, athletic one. Or some student may be interested in acting, dancing, using tools, crafting is also one of our curriculum activity in the school. We might have done, or we might means using these types of activity in the classroom. So these types of intelligence is also found in the students, and we try to give respect to their interest. It means what is the main core point of this topic? Means you cannot teach all the students in the same way. You will have to apply different types of methodology. Why? Because students have different types of intelligence. If their intelligence is not given respect, means they will not be interested in the class, and your class cannot be effective. The main motive of this topic is that, means how to address the how to attract the interest of the student in the classroom, and this can be done only with the help of respecting their intelligence, and it can be happen if you are aware of this. That's why Howard Gardner's theory is very much important for us to utilize and make our class effective. Now moving to the next point. The next one is interpersonal intelligence. Interpersonal intelligence means emphasizing with others. Means they are very much interested in understanding the viewpoint of others. If you means you might have about these psychologists, philosophers, they are very much interested in doing these types of activities. This character is already found in the students, but we should know about. Maybe suppose that you are in the classroom and teaching, maybe some students having intrapersonal intelligence, but if you are not aware of that, means you are lacking, and they will not be interested in your class. So activities regarding this: conducting a meeting, group work, practice giving and receiving feedback, surveying and poll, group brainstorming. Brainstorming is what is a kind of extra additional help where a child is unable to do something. As a facilitator, you can help and give clues. So this is a kind of brainstorming, a kind of also extra help. Now the next one is interpersonal intelligence. Interpersonal intelligence, students who are having ability to self introspect about our abilities, emotions, feelings, and appreciate ourselves. Means they will always put their own interest in front of you. They will not listen the viewpoint of others. Try to always dominate their own viewpoints. So means here you will have to strictly struggle with these types of students. Means writing means these types of students may have some innate abilities like writing journal entries, activities involve self-reflection and sharing personal experiences, assessing one's own work, sitting and pouring a goal. The next one is the naturalistic intelligence. Our abilities and skills to observe, recognize, analyze the natural world that include flora and fauna. Suppose that one girl is here lying on the floor and trying to understand the environment, the scenarios, the flora and fauna here. Means he is or she is very interested with the nature and learning vocabulary, exploring activities suggested for these types of means learner is learning vocabulary, exploring outdoors, but in English, shopping and other fields, because this topic is we are here English as a second language. That's why English is here. Shopping and other field trips,